Hello guys, how are you? This is Sumit Gupta, your trusted realtor. Yeah. So the question for today, or the perspective for today, I want to ask myself or anybody why we should invest. I'm not saying the investment has to be in real estate. It can be in gold, shares, cryptocurrency, government bonds. I don't know, anything. But why we should invest? Or should we even should not even think about it, because we live in Australia. The government provides you the pension. When you retire, you have your super funds. Are they enough for you? Are we going in the right direction? That's a question which is boggling my mind since I did this research yesterday. So the reason I'm bringing this video is because of this. So I live in Sydney, so I considered the Sydney household income. The median household income is $2,100 per week in Sydney. Now the median is not average. Average can be more or less than median, but median is basically, let's say there are 21 people or 21 items are listed and they are arranged in any either ascending or descending order. Median is the middlemost listing value. So if 2100, exact value is 2099, so I just rounded up to 2100. So if 2100 is a median household income in Sydney, then it means 50% of the people are living above it and 50% of the people are living with lower household income in Sydney. Now, because I want to consider the average case, that's what I've taken in consideration today. Now, if I multiply with 52 weeks, because each year has 52 weeks, my annual income should be $109,000 per annum, $109,200 per annum. This is not everybody's earning this much, but let's take a benchmark and then we can consider different scenarios. So after tax, when I put the tax slab, like up to 18,000, no tax and so on, this is the disposable income a household has if they have a median income per annum. I haven't considered other charges like medical levy and all that, because that would be more confusing, but just take, a broad perspective. Now, if you need $83,000 per annum and you are retiring today and you want to live a same lifestyle until you die, this is the amount of money you need every year. Now, as you just see, the average retirement age in Australia is 60 years old and average life expectancy is 83. I rounded up this to the nearest year. It was 59 point something and expectancy was 82 point something. So I just rounded up. So that's what I found on Google, but you can do your own research. It means average retirement life is 23 years old, 23 years, right? And if the inflation is 2.5% per year, and if you're retiring today, that from today you need 83,000, next year you need 83,000 multiplied by inflation, and so forth until you die. If I assume that I'm going to live only 23 years old after I retire, then I need $3.4 million of money. And on the day I retire, if I don't want to work thereafter. All right. Now, the big question is why we should invest. Is it the big question, or the real big question for most of us, if not for all, that can we save $3.4 million with our current job income alone? Because every year we work, we have to pay taxes, we have to pay rent, we have to spend money on the way on the things we use, eat, on our kids' education, etc., etc. So the question is, when we retire, after doing all that, can we save $3.4 million? Now, because let's say you are out of your college with a bachelor's degree at the age of 21, or 22. And now when you start working full time and you don't go back to school, you work for approximately 40 years by the time you retire. If you retire at the age of 62 or more, I don't know, but 40 years is a high number where most of the people work in their life after their education. So it means in 40 years, to save $3.4 million, you need to save around $85,000 per year. Simply divide 3.4 million by 40, you get approximately $85,000 value in your calculator. Now we just saw that your average disposable income after tax is $83,000, and you have to live on this money. You have to spend this money on rent, your clothes, kids' education, your food, etc., etc. Maybe you're going to travel sometime. If that's a fact, then it is no way you can save $3.4 million, even if you work your ass off for 40 years. If that's your income, disposable income, you cannot save $85,000 a year. That's not possible. And that's why I think that's why we should invest. Why? Because when we invest, other people work for us. I'll just explain a bit more in detail in a few minutes. But is that a question? Big question. Which is a bigger question? Can you save $3.4 million, or why we should invest? But now there'll be few people who are watching this video right now. They're gonna say that I don't need $7,000 or $8,000 a month to live my current lifestyle. I'm a very nominal person, or I'm an average spender. I only need $4,000 or $5,000 a month, and I can live happily in that. Why I should worry about getting $3.4 million? I said, okay, let's do that math. So let's say if your average monthly expense is only $4,000, that means you need $48,000 per year, 4,000 into 12. Now, if you do the math again, 4,000 into 23 years into 2.5% inflation, you need whooping $1.95 million cash in your bank account when you retire. If you don't want to work and if you don't want to invest anywhere, right? That's an assumption. So this is just a hypothetical scenario, guys. So please, I'm just trying to share my perspective of a question which is creating some disturbance in my thought process. And I thought I should share it with you so that I can get a better perspective from others' feedback as well. Let's say you are able to do that. You have low expenses and you are able to manage $1.95 million cash in your bank account when you retire. Okay? And you are living comfortably after retirement. But what would happen if you live little longer than 23 years? It means if you spend the way you are spending right now, if you spend $4,000 every month, you don't work, you don't have an investment, you don't have any residual income, you will be bankrupt in your 24th year if you live a little longer. And who doesn't want to live more comfort if they are having a comfortable life, right? So, but we don't want to be bankrupt either. So the question is why you should invest, right? I think this is a wrong question. After looking at all of this, I can clearly say this is a wrong question. And the bigger question is not that can you save 3.4 million from your current job income? We know the answer. We can't, right? So the bigger question is why we need to invest, not why we should invest, right? Now, this is a picture of Mark Twain and one of his favorite quotes: "The secret of getting ahead is getting started." Getting started means unless you start, you can't make better version of yourself. You can't make better income. So get out of your comfort zone and start thinking like what you really need to do to have a comfortable life at the time of retirement. The number one step, the first step is get over your fear of what if I'm making a right investment or not? What if I'm making a bad investment? What if my money will go away? Come on, you know that no matter what you do, you can't be comfortable in the income you're already having. I'm not saying throw your money away, but start thinking with a little bit of more, entrepreneurial perspective, that you want other people to work for you. Now, I just said this thing in the previous slide that when you invest, other people work for you. Let me give you an example. Because I'm from real estate, so I'm going to give you the example from that industry only. There are other people can put different analogies or different hypotheses here, hypothetical scenarios, but my perspective is from real estate. So let's say you have your home, you're living in it comfortably. Now you buy a second property, which is your investment property. You know how many people are working for you now? Number one, the agency you hired who is going to take care of your property and your tenant. Number two, the tenant who actually took your property to live in. So it means he's going to pay your monthly installment of interest and probably a little bit more than that. And he's going to live in that property and he's going to use it, making sure that all your other bills, most of your bills get paid, if not all. Then third person who's going to work for you is ATO, Australian Tax Office. Why? Because on your investment property, you're going to get tax benefits, tax credits, which we call in real estate negative gearing. So you basically have already three different teams or three different people working for you. But the biggest player is Australian economy, the inflation. Because of inflation, the property prices will rise every year, and the capital growth you're going to get in Australia, especially in Sydney market, which we have seen over the last 20, 25, 30 years, is around 6 to 6.4% on apartments. And on separate houses, it's around 9%. So no matter which property you buy, house, townhouse, or apartments, somebody is going to work for you, your tenant, your agency, ATO, and Australian economy. And that's what helps when you invest. And that's why we need to invest, so that other people work for us and we make money out of it. The second step is set up your residual income goal. For example, if your residual income goal is $4,000 per month, you need to see how you can make $48,000 or $50,000 a year from your residual income, and by the time you retire, and what you need to do to make it happen. So first, set up a goal that how much money you need by the time you retire per month. Once you do that, plan your investment strategy around it. You can do your investment in anything: crypto, real estate, bonds, gold, or shares, or, options, I don't know, share options, whatever you want to do. But you plan your strategy, which you are most comfortable with. I'm most comfortable with gold or real estate because those are the traditional investment and they have shown more stable growing pattern. And I'm not the person who's going to take too much risk. So, but you can do and plan your strategy accordingly. Once you do that, collect the required information. I'm not saying throw your money blindly. Collect the required information which you need to make that investment happen. And the last step is make a move. Don't think that what if I want to do, or what if I invest, what will happen? You've already collected the information which makes you comfortable. You have your strategy, you have set up your goal. All you have to do is get over your fear, make a move. And until you do that, you will not hire other people to work for you, and you will not see an income which can give you a comfortable retirement. And when this thought came to me yesterday, I thought, no, you know what? I need to do something. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take these 5 steps for myself. And probably in year 2 or 3 years, I'm going to come back and revisit this video if I can, and tell you where I have started from and where I am. But this is something we all need to think. If we are not super rich or super wealthy, and just before ending this video, I would say there's a difference between being rich and difference between being wealthy. This is a quote I think I read from one of the social media posts about Rich Dad Poor Dad book. But the quote, if I remember correctly, the quote is that you can be rich, but you need to be wealthy. The reason is, let's say you have $1 million, so you're $1 million rich. But if your monthly expense are $100,000, it means you're wealthy only for 10 months. You'll not be wealthy forever. So you don't need to have $1 million or 200 or 300 million or $1 billion. You have to be wealthy. The wealth, by being wealthy, it means the amount of money you need to live a comfortable life as long as you are living, and that is what being wealthy means. All right. So this is all from my side, guys. This is a small video today just to share my perspective, and I want to understand what do you think. I want to understand your point of view on this. Please share your feedback on comments or drop me on my social media profile, which is shown right here in the bottom now. And have a good day. I hope you all have a very comfortable retirement life and a wealthy and prosperous future. Have a good day. Take care. Bye-bye.